What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. If you're hoping for drama, I've got some bad news. I watched DPYGO's video this morning, and I want to credit him because he actually made me take a different approach into reviewing the legendary Duelist and the reprints coming, because the number one asked question through the night is, John, what do I do with my Millennium Eyes Restrict? Do I sell now? And certainly people are panicking. It's already down $7 in price point, but this boy is mega hyped for Master Rule 5, people quoting it as the reason that instant fusion should be banned, and that it's a called by the grave out of the extra deck. So I want to give credit where credit is due. Without this discussion, I don't start crunching numbers, and the hard to find cards could still very well be hard to find based off the money spent into this. So there's a magical number that pops up with this pack, because at $15 MSRP, if you happen to buy 48 of them, that is the cost of a regular core sets case. Yeah, 720 is a magical number, because if you divide it by $60 per box, that's 12 of the core sets box. Also, I was thinking, Konami surely wouldn't short print something after stating 7 secret rares. Wait, it's 8 secret rares per core product. Yes, Konami would dare. So looking at this advice, I do think I still really like the repackaging and how it's gone. I'm not really jaded towards that. I'm pretty excited for it, but the hard to get cards could still be very hard. Let's go ahead and give an example. There's 48 total secret rares, and that's $720 at 1 per box. So if we divide them by 7 different secret rares, assuming no short prints, that's only around 2 play sets per. That's not a lot, especially for a card like Ancient Gear Fusion, where people want playsets of this thing, and it's been up there. Now, there will be extra quantities on market. Surely the price will go down a bit, but when people miss one boat, they tend to catch the next one, and it's not going to be as cheap or easy to just pull anything you want out of a single $15 pack. That's not cheap. 4 of those cost a booster box. Think about that. Now, one of in the extra deck, even if it is shorted, will be around 3 of them, hopefully, if it's not like legendary Duelist 5 or anything crazy. I really think that was a mistake, something that didn't actually mean to happen, I would hope, from Konami. But let's assume the typical kind of short printing, around 3 per case, and you're hitting Master Rule 5 hype, you're hitting the hype of the WCQ. This, even if you're not going to the WCQ and you have the dead season coming, could still be around this price after everything's said and done. Remember, Link Rebo had a reprint in a structure deck, something that was so guaranteed, yet after people panic sold, it spiked heavily in price before the WCQ because people needed it for that event, and they needed thousands of them in order to play. Almost everyone was looking at this card during that event. So when I look at Millennium Eyes Restrict, something that's going to see high technical play as an option for instant fusion, which many decks are playing right now, well, there's a lot to reconsider when approaching if you should sell this card. And personally, if you're not going to the WCQ now, I think you're a little safer to hold it, although its reprint's probably a higher rarity version. But you don't have to panic sell it. There's probably actually a better time to sell, is the point of this whole story. So thanks DPYGO for the video. I wouldn't have crunched the numbers without you, and I think it's really important to approach content that way with more critical thinking. Trishula is up in price for multiple of its versions. We have both the Ultimate Rare and the DT getting bought out because the Ultimate Rare spiked to 120 while the DT wasn't going to sit at 120 anymore, and you see it towards freaking $190. Now, the Ultimate Rare is, like I said, trying to cool off towards 120. This is Master Rule 5 hype as well. People are really excited for Synchro Spam, and with that, also the counters are starting to get off market. We'll talk about that in a bit. But the highest rarity version of Synchro Loop, you really think Konami doesn't have their eye on it? I know Needle Fiber's coming, but Konami has done a really good job with preemptive hits lately. Man, are people eating these up off the market. The DT is still one available from Canada towards 130 before it's 180 on eBay also. And then we see the Ultimate Rare. There's one from Canada, also cheapest because people didn't want to go international with the buyout on the most expensive versions. And then we see it's towards 120 here. Again, just some Master Rule 5 hype happening here on the market. Should all structure decks have gotten a little bit expensive towards $13 each? I just want to give a suggestion for some people who might want Dual Overload for cheaper as well. Tier 0 restocks some of the structure decks, and you can get a playset for $27, and then even cheaper with code WhatsGood5, and that means when looking at Dual Overload without the packs, well, this is also at a very good price per case for 12 total, packs of them at the $30 a piece, you're getting a really good discount, over $60 off, and free shipping. So you might want to combine those orders. You might get them in slower, obviously, towards March if they're shipping everything together, but not a bad thing to combine your orders on. Or if you have a bunch of friends who want them, just, you know, a total of 9 of these will actually get you free shipping on their own. A penny stock I suggested on the Patreon is Zodiac Chalk9, because we've seen a lot of Zoo stuff spiking up right now, like Barrage, and I think this is heavily overlooked. And she is slowly disappearing from the market. You see one seller at $4 before they're all 5, and then going up from there. I think with Chalk9, it's really good for link spamming and being able to move upwards in modern Yu-Gi-Oh!, especially with Master Rule 5 and the back rows getting cleared. And we're seeing Zoo even do things right now with Luna Lights. Like, this will get better, and it might get extra love since the OCG ban list actually showed some love towards Zodiac. So do keep your eye on this card. It does not have a reprint. I don't see a reprint coming anywhere, and it is starting to get a lot of attention on the market, towards 5 on eBay with only 13 results. It's basically almost gone. Dimensional Barrier, I was talking about answers for Master Rule 5, also for Shadows, because you can call Fusion right now. People are talking about this even in the current metagame. The first editions are disappearing for the originals. Of course, you have the common versions, you also have the Dual Devastator versions, so there's budget options for you, even in the holographic form, so you don't have to worry about, like, scrambling for them necessarily right now, but I'd have the cheaper version sooner than later if you don't have any. This, however, the first editions, we have one around 8 some odd before it's heading towards $10. So do pay attention if you're a collector, you like first ed max rarity because you're a meta player. Well, the first ed originals are swiftly disappearing. They're $9 lining up on eBay before they're quickly 10 as well. Starliege Safer up in price. We also see Striker Dragon up in price. So my question is, after multiple waves of buyouts, why is this getting all the gas, yet Romulus, after multiple buyouts, isn't even budging, and the rest of the Guard Dragon engine is just chilling? I think these are heavy penny stonks because people need these cards to play the Guard Dragon engine, and I get there's a lot out there who quit the Guard Dragon engine, but to see so many quantities versus these just getting slurped feels like kind of either inflated market hype of people who are like, maybe I want access to this deck. Shuping's an amazing player. I think a lot of it was his big brain that ended up with the win and an element of surprise, but when I look at these cards just skyrocketing up, that's a lot of people who would need the Guard Dragon engine in order to play these. And Romulus is an ultra rare out of Rising Rampage that has seen towards $6-7 before, and these have seen their buyouts to $3-ish, and there's mid quantities of them on market. It's just surprising to see none of these move and see these start to skyrocket. So kind of keep that in your mind of how real these prices are, or how quickly they might fall back out. If there's no real movement on the other side, it feels like these are probably going to fall out, or these are going to spike. Something's got to give or move one way or the other, because it doesn't feel real if only half of an engine is moving on the market. Finally, a little penny stock I wanted to mention. We've seen Spell Canceller wrap back into metagame time and time again, and it's basically bulk out of Dual Devastator. Just at 10 cents, and you can pretty much get free shipping from certain sellers, I think. So when I see this treated like bulk for such an amazing card, it's very odd to me. I know there's a lot of estimated value pulled out of Dual Devastator, but this is just something I would have like 12 of, because you never know when it's going to spike. And yes, even after its first buyout or its first meta appearance back in ages, there will be tons of sellers with stacks of them that never bothered to list them, and you'll see it cool off quickly. It's just a card at 10 cents. Why don't you have access to this floodgate that shuts off all spells in the game? Seems a little ridiculous to me not to have it if you don't already. That being said, Dual Devastator itself is a pretty good buy, and you can still get deals, I think, on the sealed, like $30, yeah, under MSRP. It's just constantly available still, so if you don't want to bother chasing individual cards, you keep seeing other versions spike as other things fall, maybe just grab the whole package for yourself using that TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra for the cards you'd already be buying. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. I know it was a lot quick and kind of front heavy with the theory on the, you know, reprints from Legendary Duelist, but I really do want to always enrich my content, and even if I initially disagree with something, like, crunch the numbers. I want to be right. The right information is most important. So again, thank you, DPYGO. Check out that video. It'll be linked down below. I still do like the repackaging, like I said. I really want to give Konami credit for not just yeeting like these unlimited versions of Ancient Millennium like they could have done, because look at these prices, 250. There's obviously a huge demand for this sealed product, but Konami went with an innovative route. They combined multiple wanted things, and that's where I want to give credit where credit is due to Konami. I don't want to overgas the set as, oh yeah, you need these cards, baby. There's pretty much only one meta relevant card and then a ton of fan favorites, so you'll see those fan favorites go down in price because they're not going to impact the meta and they'll be more readily available as people chase the chase cards. But he's also right, we don't know the ratios, we don't know how Konami is going to approach short prints in the set, if at all, and they're a business at the end of the day. We want to wait to see their moves. Subscribe if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation, and again, we're on 15 states on the Patreon, as well as international now in multiple nations, so that's pretty cool. I do ship the lower rewards internationally, so don't be shy to sign up, or if you are already in one of the states I'm in, I'll link that as one of the first comments, all the states. Don't say, oh, I'm not going to sign up because, you know, I'm in the state he already has. I'll send multiple to the same state, but the goal is all 50 states by, I'm going to say, the end of the year. Let's freaking do it. Thanks for watching, everybody.